I'm Cecillia Righi, and today I'm going to be talking with Mr. Cloak. Thank you, Mr. Cloak, for joining me.
It's my pleasure, Cecilia.
Okay, so where are you from?
I was born and raised in Katanning back during the Jimmy Carter administration, and I've actually lived within 5 miles of the house that I was raised in my entire life. I currently live in Applewald, and never really left Armstrong County.
How long have you been teaching?
This is my 17th year teaching. Prior to coming to Armstrong High School, I was at Elderton High School for 1 year before it closed the first time. And then I spent roughly a dozen years at West Shamokin High School before coming here.
Do you enjoy teaching?
I love teaching. The best part of teaching, obviously, is the opportunity to spend time with our future leaders. Having the opportunity to teach the AP Government and the AP US History classes gives me a chance to work with the students that I call our best and our brightest, give them a chance to shine and expose them to a number of different experiences and opportunities that they wouldn't necessarily have the chance to have.
So that being said, with like the government and like the history, what's your like background on politics? Like, what do you stand for in like our county right now?
Well, my background in politics, prior to teaching, I did spend about 8 years working for the state senate before I started teaching. In fact, teaching was never my initial plan. When I was working for the Senate, I had the opportunity on many occasions to work closely with former Superintendent Bill Kerr, who took me aside one day, probably over 20 years ago at this point, and asked if I'd ever considered teaching. He saw my interest in politics and my desire to make sure that things worked the right way, and he encouraged me to look into a teaching degree. Mm-hmm. So at that time, obviously I had great respect and still have great respect for Dr. Kerr, and I went on and studied at Chatham College to receive my master's degree in social studies teaching certification. As far as activity now, I'm proud to represent Armstrong County on the America 250 Commission here in Pennsylvania, as well as involvement in different organizations that promote public education and promote Armstrong County as a whole, because I believe that this county is truly wonderful and has been very good to me and my family, and I think that community service is very important. So any opportunity I have to work with groups that can promote this county, I obviously take full advantage of that opportunity.
Mm-hmm. How do you bring the two together, like your love of teaching and then your love of politics?
I would say more than my love of politics, it would be my love of our institutions of government. Mm-hmm. I'm an institutionalist. I think that our government works the way it works because the people who are involved, and the people who have always been involved since the formation of our government, whether the national, the state, or at the local level, it works because those people who are involved make it work. Mm-hmm. And they commit themselves to making sure that government functions. And and just the other day in the AP government class, I made the comment that issues can come and go, politicians come and go, but the institutions of government are the most important. Mm-hmm. So for students in those classes to have a solid understanding of the way things are supposed to work, that will benefit them and benefit their communities as they become older and become more involved and become the actual leaders of our community, our state, and our nation.
Do you have a favorite? Do you like teaching more, like teaching the government more, or do you like being a part of the government more?
I think watching my students over the last couple of years take a hands-on role in government. Last year, the AP government class, and of course this year in the spring we'll do the same, hosted debates. And watching students interact with elected officials as well as the candidates seeking election to those offices, and students to recognize that their voices matter, their opinions matter. One thing I always try and instill in them is that these are not necessarily our leaders; they're our elected officials. They mm-hmm. are folks who are elected to represent us, and the only way they know how their constituents feel is if the constituents take an active role in making sure that they share their opinions and share their thoughts with the elected officials. So I guess my favorite part, the part I enjoy the most, is when students recognize that their voices matter, mm-hmm. and it's definitely something that they should do, is to speak up, speak out, and make sure that those in elected office know how they feel.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Cecilia. I've enjoyed it.